watching Chronicle, State of Addiction.
Many addicts spend years in and out of rehab. Their future is determined by a daily minute-to-minute choice not to use.
I spoke with a Treasure Coast couple who believes one of the keys to fighting opioid abuse is a chance at education.
My life is amazing. It's a miracle that I am even sitting here. I'm a student and I'm a pretty good student. I'm working to become a registered nurse. I feel blessed every single day that I wake up.
It's a new feeling for Jessie Ewing, who is nearly 3 years into recovery.
I was on a mission for destruction at a really young age. I started at 17 and it didn't get really bad until I was in maybe my mid-20s.
And your drug of choice?
My drug of choice was heroin. Yep.
After several failed attempts at rehab, Jessie's life took the turn she desperately needed when she met John and Erica Garwood.
I had never seen two people conduct themselves with such class after all that they've been through. And I thought to myself, if they could get through what they went through, how could I not, right?
One of my favorite pictures, and he's wearing his medical dog tag. He was also a type 1 diabetic, and I wear it all the time. Yeah, keep him close to me.
Mark's journey into the darkness, if you will, really started when he was assaulted at a pickup basketball game. And he spent some time in the hospital, and they prescribed OxyContin. And he was off to the races. And from that point on, he really started spiraling down.
A 10-year battle with addiction that ended nearly 3 years ago.
We lost him at age 24. We thought he was on the right path, and he thought he was on the right path, but what we've come to know about substance abuse is this is not a straight line to recovery.
He had everything going for him.
Everything going for him. Everything. He was just a great guy, and just a great kid.
As the Garwoods reflected on Mark's life and met other young adults struggling with addiction, they discovered a critical part of recovery was missing from most programs: a chance at an education.
It challenges them, it brings on a sense of accountability, it brings on a sense of responsibility, and that tied to an opportunity to build a career and to regain a foothold on developing a future is something that's critical.
The Garwoods established a foundation to provide scholarships to those in recovery.
Whatever your history has been with school, with the criminal justice system, we don't care. We care from this point forward. How can we help you live up to or fulfill a dream that you have?
Over the last 2.5 years, we've got 9 very wonderful examples of how that journey through education is a solid way to maintain and build on sobriety.
None of the money goes to the recipient. We pay the schools directly. They have to give us full access to all their records so that I can check online, make sure they're going to classes, they're doing what they're supposed to do, to pay. Here he is.
Oh, so cute.
Is that the cutest thing?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Aww.
Just precious. Batman was Mark's favorite superhero. But what's interesting about Batman is he's the only superhero who didn't have superpowers. He used the tools that were around him to change darkness into light.
Light and love is what the Garwoods have poured into their foundation.
It is the unimaginable when you lose a child. And in the beginning, yes, it was a legacy for our son, but it was something just to get us out of bed and something to do so that we could move forward, because it would be so easy to never get out of bed. And so it carried us for a really long time, and still does. However, now we can see the fruits of that.
I've never had more hope for my life. And there's no better feeling than that. There really isn't. Making a goal, setting it, and achieving it, there's no better high than that. That's where I get high now. Last month, the Garwoods held a fundraiser for their scholarship fund. They have already donated more than $50,000.
For more information on the Mark Garwood Share Foundation, go to WPBF.com.
You will get more time in prison if you're dealing in fentanyl. Nobody but a licensed doctor has any business having fentanyl. These are drug dealers.
Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi praising the recent passage of a bill adding the synthetic opioid fentanyl to state drug trafficking laws. Fentanyl is 50 times more powerful than morphine, and it's being cut with other drugs and sold as heroin. It can kill you even if you use it just one time. The DEA says China is the main source of the drug that's being smuggled into the U.S. from Mexico and Canada and often mailed into the country.
Experts say fentanyl use is likely on the rise because it's lucrative for drug cartels. A kilogram of fentanyl can make a $1.6 million profit compared to $80,000 for the same amount of heroin.
With illicitly produced fentanyl, you have substances many times more potent than heroin, sold as heroin, mixed with heroin, and increasingly pressed into pill form before being sold by criminal networks on our streets as prescription painkillers.
Fentanyl is so potent, it can be shipped in small packages, making it hard to detect.
America's favorite doctor has some strong opinions about opioids.
Dr. Oz is pointing the finger at his own colleagues and the pills they prescribed in the first place.
Dr. Oz says doctors and prescription pills started the crisis in this country, not cartels and drug lords. For far too long, he says, pharmaceutical companies have marketed prescription pills using a false promise. The promise that doctors could rid their patients of every ounce of pain they felt. The false part? The pain was only masked, while quite often addiction took over.
4 out of 5 heroin abusers started with prescription pills, often given by their doctor. So we can do better than that. And now that we know this is a problem, the entire medical association, all the communities, the Surgeon General have all gotten on board with this. We've dramatically pulled back.
Instead of prescribing opioids to his patients first, Dr. Oz, who is a practicing heart surgeon, says he now recommends exercise, sleep, acetaminophen, even meditation before going the prescription pill route. But in order to truly get our hands around the epidemic that affects 20 million Americans, Dr. Oz says not only does the medical community need to stop doling out prescription pills, but law enforcement needs to rethink how to fight this.
You know, we grew up in a world where drugs were evil that a criminal did. Now we're realizing that it's a mistake that people make, like you and me, but we can get them back on the road to salvation with medical solutions. We won't get them there through criminal activities nearly as often.
Now the warning signs you can look for with your friends or family. Arguing viciously, dramatic mood shifts, empty pill bottles, these are all red flags. Yes, there are 20 million addicts in this country today, but Dr. Oz reminds us that there are more, 25 million people who are in recovery.
You have heard from former addicts who say to you, "This saved my life."
Oh, all the time.
Next, the public outcry over a plant the DEA tried to ban. Why some lawmakers say it plays an integral role in kicking heroin.